If you're claiming compensation for an injury, it's likely you'll receive payment to cover your expenses. But what about the distress, difficulty, and overall impact on your well-being that the injury has caused? This is where a pain and suffering claim comes in, and I'm going to run through everything you need to know about these claims to hopefully help you determine what you could be entitled to. Lump sum payouts for pain and suffering can be quite substantial and go a long way to helping you get your life back on track after a serious injury. But it's important to note that these claims are complex, so it's in your best interest to get a specialist lawyer to help you. These claims are entirely subjective, so it's up to your lawyer to present the best case on your behalf so that you can receive everything you're entitled to. In New South Wales, you may be able to claim pain and suffering if you've been injured in a car accident, in an accident in a public place, through medical negligence, or some workplace accidents. For example, if you're an emergency service worker. Pain and suffering payouts are based upon how much you've been impacted compared to the most extreme case, or by comparison to the maximum you can receive. This takes into consideration things such as your age, type of injury, and how your life has and will be affected. Pain and suffering claims can be substantial and are on top of any other payments that you're awarded. So if you're claiming compensation, it's important to find out if you can claim this additional lump sum. Having a lawyer who understands you and can make the best case on your behalf will give you the best chance of success. To give you a more thorough understanding about pain and suffering claims, let's take a look at a few real-life examples. We had a client who was an older woman who tripped over an unsafe step at a hardware shop. She lived a healthy and active lifestyle and had 3 of her grandchildren living with her. Her accident caused a serious ankle injury and she spent a week in hospital and then a further 6 weeks in a wheelchair. She had 2 surgeries, plate implants and screws, which has caused her ongoing pain and means she can no longer live the life she used to. She describes feeling depressed and angry and has gained 10 kilograms due to her lack of mobility. Because her lawyer took the time to get to know how the injury impacted every area of her life, we were able to achieve significant compensation. In this case, the judge awarded her 28% of the most extreme case, which at the time amounted to $92,000. Another client was 25 years old when he was rear-ended in a car accident that resulted in a serious back injury requiring surgery. Because his injuries occurred in a motor accident, he first had to meet the threshold in that scheme before being entitled to a pain and suffering claim. We were able to help him meet the thresholds, demonstrate the considerable impact his injuries already caused, and present the bigger picture of the impact on his life. In the end, he was awarded $250,000 compensation for pain and suffering on top of his other claims. Hopefully, this has been helpful to you. But if you're still unsure about pain and suffering compensation or need help with your claim, call Law Partners and have a confidential conversation with one of our specialist personal injury lawyers today.